Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. Today we are watching the Ricky Gervais show. We are on season 2, episode 4. This is The Onion. The Onion. It's kidding me. It's right here.
Oh no, I should have cut them. I'll get the goggles out. When I go to cut onions, I'm getting the goggles out. It's like, kids, where are the goggles?
Every time we say something and there's a relation to a picture or a video that I have no idea where it is in our archives. And I wish I could just like, boop, there's the picture. But we have a picture of him cutting onions with goggles on.
We do. Because I'm not lying.
And
I'm not a liar.
Pretty freaking awesome.
It might sound like it with the tone of voice or, I don't know, my face. You just look at me, you're like, this guy's a liar. But I'm not. I'm an honest guy. Okay, the things that I say, they're real.
They're real. There's stuff to back it up. We can bring the receipts.
If I ever go on Wilty, just always go truth.
I don't think so.
Anyways, this is not Wilty. This is the Ricky Gervais show. We've got links down below for this original. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Sounds like a monk.
Then he goes straight.
Like a bunch of monks all together.
True.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Karl Pilkington.
All right.
Okay.
You know what I didn't notice till just now? Second season, episode 4, is that there's so much color on this side of the room. And then when you get to Carl's side of the room, it's just he's wearing a gray shirt. Like they're wearing orange and green.
Deliberate.
They got the blue
background. I was
background.
thinking about that with the intro music. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of... Ricky's a deliberate type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's got the music at the beginning. It's almost like they're preparing for like a space launch or like something revolutionary.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
a
not really.
news show kind
and
of
then
thing.
it's like
yeah.
the sound effect. They're all going animated and it's like...
Playful.
Sparkle. I
Yeah.
can't make that sound with my mouth, but...
Okay, then listen. Right, I've found some things that I think will interest you, and I want your first thoughts on these. Okay. Now these are facts that I've sourced. Okay.
What's the actual topic?
Well, you love animals, don't you? You're interested in animal
Some
facts.
of them. I don't love them. Some of them fascinate me and stuff, but a lot of them also get on my nerves.
I don't know how an animal can get on your nerves.
Agreed.
They just do.
Okay, then here you go.
Right.
There's a frog, Carl. Just a little frog, a poison arrow frog, that contains enough poison to kill over 1,000 human beings.
That's insane.
Why is it that annoyed?
It's not annoyed.
Well, why is it going about killing 1,000 people?
No, it has the potential to. It has enough poison, it has enough toxin in it that could kill 1,000 human beings.
But does it need that? Whereabouts is this? Where's it living?
Rainforest, I think.
And
I was gonna guess.
That?
I was gonna guess Australia. Okay, they got some wild stuff. Okay, any kind of creature like that. My first guess.
Yeah, the dangerous
Australia.
ones, they're in Australia.
Rainforest, second guess. Good guess as well.
So where's it living?
Rainforest, I think.
And does it need that sort of power? Is it in that much? Is it getting threatened a lot? Is what I mean.
Well, no, because it's saying, don't come near me, and it shows it with its colours. It's got the colours that say it doesn't want to be eaten. It doesn't want people to chew a bit, right, and go, oh, I'm an idiot. It's saying, look at my colours, don't eat me. You don't want to come near me.
But then why give it bright colours? Because now it's standing out.
Yeah, and it's going, don't eat me.
Yeah, but make it a colour that fits in, like camouflage. Why make it orange? Of course it's going to stand out, and then they'll attack it, and then it'll turn around and bite and kill 1,000 men or whatever.
No, it doesn't bite. It's the fact that
that's how the killing of the 1,000 men begins.
Yeah.
In his head.
The sound of
And
this
then it'll turn
frog
around and
with
bite
teeth.
and kill 1,000 men or whatever.
no, it doesn't bite. It's the fact that if you were to eat it, you would die.
Yeah, but who's going to eat it?
Well, things that eat frogs.
The French.
And they go, sacre bleu.
Oh my God.
999 of my friends.
gosh, dude, that's so funny.
Sucker.
We live in the South. I mean, I don't personally eat frog legs, but
they
it
have
is
been
known.
something
it is
that
known. And
is
they're
served
around.
here, yeah.
If you want to get them, they're around. You can
Yep.
get them.
Yep.
It's weird. I don't eat them. The French do, I guess. I was going to say I actually saw a video the other day, a snake. It was hunting a frog. But then Ricky was also asking earlier, like, what animals would annoy you? Frogs. They are so annoying at night when you try to sleep.
We had
People
a bunch
just
of
ask me if I
bullfrogs.
like camping. I do like camping.
It's the
but
sounds.
the least favorite part is the bugs and the frogs, dude.
Yeah.
Because you can't sleep.
Yep.
Why is everything like surviving like this though? I thought it was all about survival of the fittest, not
Yeah.
the one who looks the hardest.
Well, but survival of the fittest is whether you're chosen or not by nature.
No, but I'd survive if I could go about killing 1,000 men at one bite. It's not fair.
It doesn't bite. It's
Well, whatever, if it licks you or whatever. But
no,
it doesn't
not
seem-
if it licks you. If you lick it.
Well, I'm not going to lick it. It's not going to happen. I will not be licking a frog. So it's of no danger to me. So I could still kill it, and there's no chance, at no point am I going to lick a little frog's head. Not when it's alive or when it's dead.
Hey, just a little poem there. Did you hear it?
He's
you
writing for
catch
Dr.
it?
Seuss now about
Dude, the
poisonous
animators
frogs.
did a great job on this episode. They always do a great job. But
They
this
do.
little frog, man, he's wild.
So I could still kill it, and there's no chance, at no point am I going to lick a little frog's head. Not when it's alive or when it's dead.
I love the fact it's all about you. It's all about how it relates to you.
And he's annoyed that they're getting away with something. He doesn't like any sly animals. He doesn't like animals hiding. Then he wants them hide. He doesn't want animals killing things. Then he wants them to kill things. He doesn't know what he wants.
When they say survival of the fittest, they don't mean that, say, lions have been working out in a gym.
It
Do you
means the fittest.
understand?
It means the fittest gene pool, and the fittest gene pool is a gene pool that's still around. That's all it is.
You think that everything, slugs, cats, are all somehow, their ambition is to be like us, or to have the
But-
attributes like us, that they can speak, they can
But
talk, they can
probably
think, they can
only-
act.
I only think that because when you see people with these pets, lizards, cats, whatever, they treat them like the humans. So I think if you do that enough times, they're going to start getting familiar with
Again,
certain...
Planet of the Apes.
No,
He's
I'm
thinking
talking
of Planet of the
you,
Apes.
say that you with your cat, the way you talk to it, you give it a little cheeky massage and that when it's stressed out.
No,
It's a cat.
you made that up that it
It's
was
a
stressed
cat.
out.
It's-
I'm just playing with my cat, right? If anything, the cat is to de-stress me.
So you're
Yeah.
talking to your cat, Rick. Is it answering back much? How are the conversation's going with your cat?
Well, I have more intelligent conversations with my cat than I do with him.
Yeah, here's one, right? When my gran died,
Gosh, dude, it's
Um,
going
she had this
so
rubbish dog,
fast.
right? And that's all we got left. It was called Fluffy, and like my gran looked after it in a way that it was treated like a human. Do you know what I mean? Had a little coat on when it went out and all that. Anyway, so she died. We get left it. My dad's like, oh bloody hell, right? Before you know it, it was a wreck because we weren't sort of bathing
Oh
it the way
my
she
gosh.
bathed it. We let it out if it wanted to go out. It got covered in oil. It used to go under the car and everything. So it went from looking like this fluffy, poodle, to just being a bit of a wreck. It got hit by a car. It ran sideways like a crab and all that.
Oh my
God.
god.
Also, how long a month?
Probably
Dude, his gran is looking down. You know
You're not
she
taking
loved that
care of my
dog.
puppy.
You know she loved that dog. She's mortified. Oh my
like a
god.
crab and all that.
You walk like
House of how long a month?
Probably about two months or something.
Yeah.
Oh my
Now,
gosh.
So it went from being over-treated to just being treated like a dog.
Yeah, but a dog isn't, is not a indigenous species anywhere. We sort of bred those from,
But change
jackals
it. All I'm
and
saying
wolves
is
and
change it. Take away the dog thing. I mean, that lizard thing you've got,
salamander.
it's still sort of treated as part of the family, even though
Well,
it
it's
does nothing.
not.
I mean,
How is it treated as part of the family?
just the way it's looked after, that big area that it's got to itself.
We stick it in a case and feed it a cricket now and again. How is that like one of the
It
family?
doesn't matter because it's in your
It
flat.
is in Carl's family.
It's in your flat, innit? And it's sat in that corner. I just mean, as time goes on,
Yeah.
things get educated as they get older. How old's that lizard?
You don't.
There's so many things that I agree with Carl on over Ricky, man. So many different things. Like if you have a lizard in your house and he's whatever you keep him in, if you let him keep him, if you leave him on the floor in an aquarium, whatever, and you name him and you take care of him.
Yeah.
And if you move, you're going to take him with you.
Yeah, he's part of the family.
He's part of the family.
Yeah, because you wouldn't go not feeding him. You wouldn't expect him to feed himself. You're feeding him food because you know that he can't defend for himself. He's now dependent on you. So.
And I think that if animals were, if they had the capacity to like, do I want to be a human? I think that they all would probably want a few of our capabilities. Just a few. Even a damn bird.
True. If they
They're
have
like,
that thought
I can
process.
fly and they can't, but man.
They can eat ice cream
their
whenever they want.
TVs look really cool. Their TV, they could hold like TVs in their hands and stuff. I don't know what's going on. I just think like, yeah, a whale even would probably be like, yeah, being a whale's nice, but I'd probably have some legs.
Yeah, you think so? It'd be like a Little Mermaid
thing. It's
situation.
a stupid thing to analyze some of the stuff that they're talking about, and I'm not necessarily analyzing it. It's just I agree with Karl over this stuff, man.
Yeah, well, especially in this point about the pets, for sure.
About 15 years old.
Right. Now, it knows more now than it did when you got it because it's been in those surroundings. It's had its eye on things.
It's 15, so presumably it listens to a lot of Linkin Park, goes on the internet a lot.
No, but do you know what I mean? You've already proved your point. It's like that fella who kept hitting the dog on the head with a stick.
Right. Pavlov, at no point did he hit a dog on the head with a stick.
But he kept doing it, and eventually the dog went, I'm sick of this, and wandered off, didn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Do you know what? I'd like to do a programme where you rewrite, you paraphrase someone's theory. So Pavlov's first. We could do Freud. Give us, what do you know about Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis? Right, come on in.
I don't know anything on him.
I don't know anything on
the
him.
frog annoyed you. This might annoy you.
This is why my psychology teacher is like, I feel like they should. I mean, he's biased, obviously, but he's like, they should teach psychology like
in high school,
even earlier than that.
Yeah,
you know, it's like this would be in the first lesson.
Yeah,
you know,
a blind chameleon will still change colour to match its surroundings. You're aware that the chameleon can
whatever it sits on.
Yeah.
But then what happens when you put one of them on a mirror?
What would happen?
Stressed out or what? What's it copying?
Can it even grip? It can't grip a mirror.
Anything because it looks at itself and it goes, "Oh, looks like that. It's brilliant. God, that was fast. That's the fastest I've ever done that. That is brilliant."
So
dude, I want to see it. Who else wants to see what it would do on a mirror now?
Exactly.
This is for science. Come on.
It is. That's a good science experiment
like
for
sure. Brilliant. God, that was fast. That's the fastest I've ever done that. That is brilliant.
They can go any colour. There's nothing. You can put them on anything, and they'll go to the thing.
I don't want you to have a chameleon because you'd just be trying to see what it could and couldn't do.
Catch it out.
Yeah, you're gonna just be putting it on different spots.
But again, say like the frog thing, right?
Pop it on the telly. Yeah, couldn't do it fast enough.
This is so funny.
Why does a chameleon need that skill of copying a colour? Because at the end of the day, that's mainly sticking in the woods, isn't it? By trees, by grass.
Right.
Why can't it just stay green? That's all it needs. Those colour changes are
Distant frog.
Some of them are for attraction, some of them to show moods, anger.
No, but I just think we're encouraging them. You see, maybe this is evolution or whatever, but at the end of the day, because they can change colour, they're wandering out of their area. They can be wandering about, through a car park and everything, just because they'll go, well, I don't want to get seen, change the colour of concrete. Whereas,
or into the colour of a Fiat Punto.
But they should just stay green. Stay green, right? Stay in the woods and stay safe.
Oh my
Public
God.
information for chameleons.
Words of advice for chameleons.
The entire forest is just
Stay
green,
green.
only
Stay green. Stay in the forest.
Oh
and
my
stay
gosh.
safe.
Stay green, stay in the woods, stay safe, good night.
Oh God. Right. The only time a turkey whistles is when it panics.
A turkey can whistle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, Carl.
I've seen a turkey out in the woods, but I've never gotten close enough to
Hear any other sounds?
I feel like if it whistled, actually, I would have heard it. I didn't hear it whistle, so I don't know.
Maybe it wasn't threatened.
Yeah, it wasn't a threat.
Anxiety
it's like,
towards
just
you.
a little boy.
This kid's nothing. Just
I'll
keep
take this
gobbling. It's
boy out.
fine.
Christmas time then.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Carl?
It goes from one extreme to another, doesn't it? You've got a frog he's going mental,
It's not going mental.
killing thousands of people.
No,
He's still
That's got
in his
that
head.
sort
He's
of
created
power
a
that Turkey's
sci-fi
listening
movie
for.
about this frog.
Dude,
He's just
what
like,
in the world?
This frog is just going around killing thousands of people at one time.
It's like he went over the top with it, and the animators are as well. They're like, we're going way over the top.
Thousands of people.
No, that's not.
That's got that sort of power. Then you got a turkey who's whistling for help.
You think that you should redress the balance a little bit? You want to give? What would you do? Give the frog the ability to kill 500 and the turkey 500?
I don't think you should be killing. I reckon 10. 10 because
You've made your point with 10, haven't you?
Do you think that he's got 1,000 in his lifetime? Like he's got 1,000 to kill? I don't think you understand.
I just
He
think
doesn't really kill 1,000 people. It doesn't mean someone goes, Frog, you have the power to kill 1,000 people in your lifetime.
Choose them wisely.
I just think if it needs that sort of power,
It should be fighting evil.
well, it's not. it's knocking
Vigilante
about the wrong
frog.
area, isn't it? If it's under that much danger, move.
It does not make sense that like a frog has enough
gosh.
poison to kill 1,000 people. Like, what are you trying to kill?
Yeah.
What danger are you expecting in your life to where you need this type of poison?
I mean, it's only for, just like with the chameleon, it's only for their survival. They're going to be trying, like, other things are going to try to eat them.
You
There's things
evolved
that
a
eat
bit too hard
frogs.
there.
But I'm just
Okay.
saying they needed that amount of poison for their lifetime. They don't know how long they're going to live, and they need to keep, themselves safe from predators. So, I don't know.
Dude, there's like some galactic being gonna come down and try to touch the frog, and it's gonna kill it.
Yep.
Because
And then
it's
their
got
whole
so
fleet,
much poison.
Their whole fleet.
Like, oh, it could kill it. That. Okay, anyways.
I was thinking the other day about, your body and everything, because it is amazing, isn't it? How it works.
Oh, yeah.
Does the brain control you, or are you controlling the brain? I don't know if I'm in charge of mine.
Nor do I.
There's a surprise.
No, do you know what I mean, though, about that?
Does the brain control you, or do
Well,
you control the brain?
don't you ever sort of think sometimes, say if you're making...
But
'cause
you
I
are
was
the
making,
brain.
No, but I was making a shopping list, right? Going, right, I need some rice, kidney beans, and I thought I had everything, and I sort of was rolling up the paper, and then something went, oh, an onion.
Your
So
brain did
Something went an onion. Was it
Yeah,
No,
Suzanne?
well, my brain sort of went, you forgot something.
that. Yeah.
I didn't think I'd forgot. I was
No,
putting
you
that-
are your brain.
No, but don't you understand? My brain was in. I was in control. of
My brain, the brain.
when I was writing down rice and kidney beans.
But you're not in charge of the onion. That's another part of the brain that's in charge of the
An
onion.
onion.
Yeah.
No, but I put the paper away, putting my coat on, ready to go and get the
well,
rice.
Yes, but your onion lobe kicked in.
But you do.
What, so you put the paper in your pocket, you got the coat on, then you just suddenly hear
Then
from
it
nowhere,
was just like it was
onion.
like, yeah, I'm not even
Onion.
thinking about that shopping list. It's in my pocket. I'm thinking, do I need my gloves? It's cold out.
Yeah.
Suddenly, onion. And it was like, oh yeah, onion. Yeah, I had to get the paper out.
You
So
had
what
to
I'm
write that
saying
down.
is,
But
who's
there's
in, who's
what?
in charge?
The brain, the mind. The brain is the. What are you doing?
But
Who's in
that's
charge?
just you forgot the onion, and then you remembered the onion. You must have forgotten things in the past.
No, but not like that. Not where like it just made me think that was weird. Who reminded me of that?
You did.
Yeah.
No, you are your brain.
What does he
not
think?
like-
There's
This
like
is
a
so
tiny
Brain.
person
Then there's
inside
the
of his
extra one
brain.
looking down it, the meta brain, the thing above it.
No, but your brain.
You think of things
so
like, dude,
confused.
this is so silly. It's just a silly podcast, dude. I want to pause it and talk for like an hour on this crap, man. I really do. It's driving me nuts.
But your
But-
brain is still like, I feel like you are still on the task of going to the grocery store. I do that all the time. I write a list and I'm like, oh, and then I'm like just going about my getting ready or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to put toothpaste. But I don't think that that's like something outside of me doing that. You know what I mean? Like that's me.
No, I mean, it's you just take a.
It doesn't make me think that my brain controls. I don't know. It doesn't make me think that I'm not my brain. Like I don't know how he's
You have free
thinking.
will. You have
Yeah.
free will, but you can also form habits. You know, and maybe
Yeah.
he's habitually bought onions so long that he's writing his list down, and when he didn't write it down, his brain, you
Was
know,
like,
that
"Whoa."
deep
Yep.
onion buying pathway fed him onion.
Yep.
Boom. Simple as that.
Done.
like-
Explained.
He went on autopilot for a second and onion came up and it's like, oh, I didn't like want to think onion. It just popped up because it's part of me now. I've bought onions so much, it's part of me, and I don't even have free will whether I put onion on the list or not. Even if I don't want to put onion on the list, I'm still gonna think onion every time. And now he's cursed.
Cursed with onion.
How does your
The
brain
thought of
work?
onion.
It was a stupid thing to even talk about and break down. So I don't know what you expected.
No, but your brain. How does your brain work? You give it information, don't you?
Well, it takes.
Do you mean you give it information?
Well,
You-
it's doing it,
if
isn't
I
it?
sat in a room with nothing, not feeding it anything, it wouldn't know anything.
No, but there's this thing
But
that there's
then-
two yous. It's this thing that there's
There's
this.
Carl and Carl's brain.
Yeah, there's not a duality in this. If you go, come on, now think. That's the brain saying that to itself. It's not. There's not two people in there having an argument. Come on, brain. And the brain's going, oh, don't you start. I was thinking then. And the other thing's going, brain, onion. And the brain goes, Carl, onion. You are your brain. If you are anything, you are your mind, your brain, your collection of memories, your personality. You're not what you look like. Does that answer your question, Carl? What do you think?
Probably not at all.
Skateboard then when I said that last sentence, weren't you?
I think they're on two different pages right there, regardless, but let's move on. Oh my gosh.
You know, whilst you've been working on that, I've been travelling about a bit. Went to Dorset, right? Nice beach there. And you know those huts you get? Like a hut on the beach, and
Where you get changed.
you can get changed in it, but they're better than that. It's like you can put a telly in it, sofa if you want.
Oh, you don't mean the Victorian changing hut?
Yeah,
You mean
those sort
like
of things. It's sort of bigger than that.
yeah?
And we're walking down there, and there was a really
Like your
sort
own
of big
cabana.
fat family in one of them. There's about 4 of them, and you could tell that they'd never had a game of anything. Do you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
just sit down there, eating ice cream, looking at the sea, and what have you. And the weird thing is, the little fat kid, the youngest one, who must have been, I don't know, about 8, he was really fat to the point of you couldn't see his neck.
Yeah.
And he sat at the front of his mum and dad and his older sister. He sat there and he had a frisbee, and I thought, look, they don't want to play with him. I mean, that's an active game to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frisbee. As we got closer, he was just using it to eat Maltesers out of. Again, you
Of
know,
course
the
he
one
was.
active thing he's got, he's using it to eat out of.
Yeah.
And
Extraordinary.
that just sums up what people are like, you know, when it comes to keeping fit and activities.
Oh, that's fantastic.
One thing I've noticed that as I occasionally
Guilty
go to
as
the gym,
charged.
And you know those guys who work out constantly to give themselves extraordinary physiques? Just they're on the trip, they're on the weights, and they're really. And I notice in the summer particularly, those guys cannot wait to get their shirts off.
Yeah.
Everywhere you see, they're walking around. If they've got a good torso, they are walking shirts off. Even I think if you go to nightclubs, I notice there's always one guy who's thinking, well, I have put so much work into this body, I have got to get my shirt off on the dance
A
floor.
vest, yeah.
You know, and
It's
it comes straight off.
a brand new tattoo. I'm not covering that up.
Exactly.
I've paid a lot for it. Let's see it.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what we were saying about bodies. I can't remember why we were talking about it. We've got to a point in science now that you can change your head. Right?
No, well, that doesn't make any sense at all.
It was a program on. It was done in the 50s or 60s where they stuck a monkey's brain on a
What?
stick and had it.
What? Did I miss something?
I'm just waiting for the conversation. I'm just waiting for
And you
for
looked
him
over
to
at
say
me
what
like,
he's because I'm just like, this is another Carl.
oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm strapped
Rabbit
in.
hole
I'm
we're
ready.
going down.
Change your head. Right?
No, well, that doesn't make any sense at all.
It was a program on. It was done in the 50s or 60s where they stuck a monkey's brain on a stick and had it wired up and it still worked, right?
Right, okay.
And that was in like the 60s or
Right,
whatever.
okay. Well,
So-
to say to change your head makes no sense at all. Because if you put a different head on a different body, you're changing the body.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I'm about to say to you, though.
What?
That's what I'm saying. That I'd be more confident if I had someone else's body. Because if anyone dissed it, I can go, no, it's bad, innit? But it's not bad, It's just like-
What was that monstrosity?
But it's yours now, though. It belongs to you. It's attached to you. You can't just claim it's somebody else's now. That doesn't make any sense.
He's like,
Maybe
yeah.
at one point it was somebody else's body, but it's yours now. It
Look
belongs.
at these mangly toes. Ugh.
I'm gonna deal with these forever
Can
now.
you believe how mangled these toes are? They're not mine.
I'm just gonna Walk around and just
He
make
looks
fun
like
of
a
yourself.
grown man Carl baby version of himself. It's disturbing.
Stupid.
One dissed it. I can go, I know. Bad, innit?
What are you talking about?
What? It's like, say,
As opposed to someone else's head?
yeah. Well,
What
it
you'd
wouldn't be
rather-
me, would it? The head is me.
Well, of course it is. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
So
the
what do you
head's
mean?
me.
You'd be happy having
The
someone
head is
else's
you,
body.
but brain
What
is
about
not
your
you.
own?
What I mean is, say if you're wandering about, for some reason, there's an incident. You have to take your top off and that, and everyone's looking at you, right? And you're a bit sort of, you haven't got the muscles and that, you haven't got the six-pack,
Right.
which isn't that nice anyway. I don't know why that's become a nice thing, really, seeing the insides of you. You might as well. I mean, I know I came up with the see-through skin idea, but it's a bit weird, isn't it? You can see stuff.
No, it's the muscle in front of the.
No, it's not.
It
Sometimes
is.
you can
It's
see
not the.
like
It's not the
tubes.
outline of your
No, you
organ.
can't see.
Sometimes you can see inside of them. Dude. Okay, let's hear it. Oh my gosh. Oh, whoops.
See tubes and veins and stuff.
Well, you can see veins.
Yeah, well, I don't want to see that. That's why we've got skin over it. Is
Well,
what
stop
I mean.
looking at naked men, then.
Why
No,
you
but sometimes you can't help it 'cause it'd be not- and like you say, there's people walking about with vests on and that. So anyway, what I'm saying is,
He's
say
lost
if
me.
some incident happened. I'm walking.
Oh
about,
no, there's some dudes who are like so bulked out.
They have
To where it's
ridiculous
like-
veins all the time. Like
Yeah.
they don't even, not when they're flexing, it's just when they're walking around normally.
There's
I
just
get what
some
you're
like
saying.
muscly, veiny thing.
Yeah.
That it's like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
So anyway, what I'm saying is,
But might be one of you guys out there really into bodybuilding. My brother owns a gym. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, do your
Ain't
thing.
nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing
I'm-
wrong with it.
Hey, you probably think some things are kind of weird and not your thing as well. And
Yep.
we're all free to do that. So, not really like judging you. I'm just giving my personal take on it.
not, and like you say, there's people walking about with vests on and that. So anyway, what I'm saying is, say if some incident happened, I'm walking about with my top off.
Right.
Girls are laughing at me, right?
Why?
Dunno, they might.
Don't know, they
they
might.
might.
He doesn't even. He just said they might.
So they wouldn't
Okay.
look at your body. They'd all look at your head.
So what I mean is,
Yeah.
rewind that.
They
right?
wouldn't
Imagine
look
all
at
that
you.
happens again, but
What is this
I've got
thing?
someone else's body.
Right.
Who's
This.
Just some fella who's died, and my body was injured, and they said, "We've got a new body in. You can
Right.
have it. We'll
Yeah.
stick your head on it."
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, say if
They're laughing at you.
they are
laughing at the
they're
body,
laughing
yeah.
at the body,
Yeah.
but at least I'd be able to sort of go, "I know it's a mess, but it's not mine." At least I don't have to claim ownership.
You have
So all
to.
of this extraordinary
Why
technology-
not just do that regardless?
Where-
Just do that before you have a body
Where is
transplant.
this
Just
brain?
claim it. I don't know.
At least I don't have to claim ownership.
So all of this extraordinary technology that can make put one head on another person's body, so you can go, it's not my body.
No.
But
And it's not your own.
I'm not being funny though. So if you have a body transplant, right, and you're there, you're at home,
Yeah.
naked,
What is this
You look
body,
down.
dude?
lovely penis and a set of testicles,
Yeah.
right? What do you do with them?
I like
What do you mean? What am I doing?
I like the fruit placement here. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
What do you do with them?
What do you mean? What am I doing with them?
Wow.
It's not your
Do you
body.
like them?
Well, you wouldn't mess about with them as much as if they were your own.
As much. As much.
He's not saying no, though. That's not saying no. He didn't deny it.
But if you did mess about with them, would you feel guilty that you were messing about with another man's testicles and penis?
This just escalated
Full
so.
Yeah.
No, because they're not my hands either.
Well played, Carl. Well
Genius.
played.
Genius.
Well played.
You're kind of just watching what's happening. Whoopsies. I just knocked the mouse over. So we had a bit of a technical difficulty. So we skipped back a little bit. Right back into it. Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Would you feel guilty that you were messing about with another man's testicles and penis?
I still can't believe this
And it's the
answer.
full body.
Yeah.
No,
But I
'cause
knew-
they're not my hands either.
So what you're doing is watching someone else wank.
See, Ricky realizes the genius of Karl sometimes.
It is. That was
He's like,
such a
I
genius
never would have
answer."
thought of that.
I wouldn't have thought about that either.
Oh.
The fact that Ricky always takes it here, though, he always takes it here. He always goes to this place, and he has to. He has that level of curiosity.
That's why we watch.
Genius. You're fucking genius. So what you're doing is watching someone else wank.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, chimpanzee's that. He's gone and written it down again.
That's the ever-changing jingle for Karl's diary,
Right.
excerpts of which we like to read each week.
Right.
Walked through Covent Garden. There were 5 of them mimes knocking about. I don't understand why people take pictures of mimes. Everyone looks like a mime in a picture.
That's so true. That's really true. If the point is they're staying still, if that's their skill, a picture won't tell that story. That's absolutely true.
My dad took the cat.
Dude, is Ricky coming around on Karl right now? He's agreed 2 times in a row now.
That story. That's absolutely true.
This is usually how we react.
Yeah.
Everybody who watches Karl, like, this is.
He's got
this
a
is
point.
us.
He's got a
Yeah.
point.
Oh, I gotta see it
A
again.
picture won't tell that story. That's absolutely true.
My dad took the cat to be put down today because it kept bumping into things since losing its sight. My mum said she's not going to get another one. She said the parrot is looking worried as it's seen the budgie and the cat go in the space of 3 months.
Your mum said the parrot's looking worried. What happened to the cat then?
It gets into a lot of fights. It lost one eye, and then it got into another fight and lost another.
Oh,
And it was just walking around bumping into stuff. I mean, the vet sort of said, "Oh, we can do stuff to keep it alive and all that," but it's a bit out of order, isn't it? Because it costs a fortune. They shouldn't tell you.
But
Mum and Dad can't afford to have eyes put on it and stuff.
no, you can't have.
You can't even do that. That's not an option. Oh my gosh, dude.
I read it somewhere. He's gonna say.
Mum and Dad can't afford to have eyes put on it and stuff.
No, you can't have eyes put on a cat
No,
anyway.
but they said, "Oh, we can do something here. We can
What?
have its eyes sorted out."
But
That's not what they meant. That's
I
not
don't
what
we
they meant.
allow cats.
Why?
Not the Pilkington family.
Why not? Well,
They
they have
keep
good
dying.
lives. Yeah, I know, but they have good lives whilst they're still knocking about. It's just that we get through them.
This is how we get through them.
He's gonna bring in his other cats. Like, I don't really like this cat as much. This is my favorite cat, and it went blind. Can you take those eyes, put it on this cat,
this cat.
and then this cat you can put down or whatever you're gonna do to this cat, though.
It's a good job you're not going to have kids.
Oh, God almighty. I can't believe it.
A mate sent me a story on email about a bloke in China who has this weird illness that means he can't have his picture taken.
That's a made-up illness.
If he tries, his body doesn't appear in the photo.
Don't talk shit.
He has and everyone appeared apart from him.
Don't talk shit.
The
That's
story had a
bollocks.
picture next to it of a family photo, and it said he was stood at the back. But
That's Fred Flintstone. That is Fred Flintstone back there. What the hell? And that is a kid with a strawberry as his head.
And that's Wilma's hair right
It
there
is.
too.
It is.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
He
You know,
said,
earlier in the
"Stop
episode, I was
talking."
going to bring up there is a frog. I just saw a video on it. It can, like, draw all the blood out of its body into its organs and even shrink all of its organs down, and it becomes, like, translucent.
I would like to see a video of that.
It's cool.
Actually,
Look it
That's
up.
Very
YouTube.
creepy sounding.
Translucent frog.
He is not standing for
No,
it. He
he's
just
not.
went from 0 to 60. He
No,
was
he's
like,
not.
"Stop it right now." He
He's
was
off
waiting
his
for him to
team.
get the point out for the.
He's off his team.
if he tries, his body doesn't appear in the photo.
Don't talk shit.
He has had group pictures taken, and everyone appeared apart from him.
Don't talk shit.
The
That's
story had a
bollocks.
picture next to it of a family photo, and it said he was stood at the back, but you couldn't see him.
Right, he wasn't in the picture.
He wasn't in the picture.
No, he wasn't in the picture.
We've done loads of tests and stuff.
No,
on
there's
him.
I haven't
They've done loads
This
of
is
tests
bollocks. There's no way this is scientifically possible. What's his want? Yeah, now he's wanted. Just a white bit of paper from the. Have you seen this man? What man? If you see him, tell us. Talking shit.
Suzanne watched the film You've Got Mail tonight for about the 14th time. I
That's a
don't think you
good
could
movie.
properly
Good
fancy
movie.
someone without seeing them, unless you're blind. I think it's odd when blind people have affairs. Why is that odd?
Just because most stuff is based on looks, isn't it? So you think once they've found someone, they're happy with them, stick with them.
But no, it's not true. But I mean, most things are based on looks.
What I mean is when you first like meet someone and that.
Well, initially it's only looks because you don't know them.
So that's what I'm saying.
But that's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just what I think. I'm not saying that's like facts or anything. I'm just thinking if you're blind, why mess about?
You're still basing on it if it's only looks that people find. What?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So why is a blind person messing about having an affair?
Because I'm saying that presumably that blind person isn't basing anything on looks.
I just all right.
You can have emotional affairs all the time.
I mean more like.
Do you want me to cross it out? Shall I cross it out? Because
It's just the same way. I think I put how people. I read something in a Sunday paper once with some bloke who was going out with some woman. He ended up going out with a sister who was a twin. If you're gonna have a change, have a change.
He just
It's
took
like he
it to a
doesn't
different.
understand being attracted to someone's personality. But he makes fun of Suzanne all the time for being huge. And so what did you go after?
Making little stabs.
Sounds
and
like
stuff.
you had to have gone after personality because you think she's hideous from what I've gathered.
He doesn't think she's hideous.
Or he just
takes stabs at her sometimes. It's
yeah,
to keep the spark
I
alive.
haven't seen Who's Got Mail in a long time, but from what I remember, like they are in their 30s, maybe early 20 or late 20s, but I thought I took it like they were 30s. It's Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, right?
Yep.
At that point, they've probably already had enough time to date people that they thought were attractive, didn't work out, and now they're having a pen pal that like, hey, I like your personality.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Yep.
You know?
Twin.
He doesn't get it.
Have a change.
Spoke to Ricky about trips to the moon. He was up for going just to see what the world looks like. I came up with the idea of a giant mirror on the moon that would reflect the world back. He had a few questions, but I had the answers. Yeah, to change the subject, I won.
Right. My first question was, how would
I
you do that,
won.
then? He said bit by bit. That'd be a good mirror then, wouldn't it? I said, how big would it be? He went, you'd still need a telescope. I said, how would you get it on the right side of the moon, always facing the right? He went, what? He went, does the moon move then? I went, yes.
And if we don't like the mirror on the moon, we can always wallpaper over it.
No. Are you oh my gosh. Just like his whole apartment. Oh my goodness. Why would you, if it's as big as the moon, why would you still need a telescope?
Yeah.
You don't need a telescope to see the moon.
It's not the greatest idea, to be honest. It's not the greatest idea. It's an unnecessary thing.
Dude, he comes up with the most absurd things though. Like it's making me think about it and like, what the hell would a mirror the size of the moon reflecting us back at ourselves look like? The hell? And if you did use a telescope, could you see yourself?
What if it created what if it created some kind of crazy thing where the light from the sun reflected and you were burning a hole into the earth from that mirror?
Oh shit. Yeah, that would happen.
That
would happen.
Could hurt us. You could burn alive a village of some sort.
Burn alive
somewhere.
a village. Okay.
Yeah.
The moon, we can always wallpaper over it.
I love that, Stephen. That was awesome. Good callback.
It's
That was a
Suzanne's
good one.
birthday tomorrow, so I've got to get her something.
I thought Stephen was reading his diary when he said that.
He's saying no.
I thought that was Carl's mind at work. Like he was really saying that we could wallpaper over the damn moon sized mirror.
It's Suzanne's birthday tomorrow, so I've got to get her something. I sometimes think it would be best if we didn't celebrate birthdays. I think people would live a bit longer if they didn't know how old they were. Age puts restrictions on things. She said something about wanting one of them posh badges to put on her coat. I will look for one later.
I love the fact that around the time that you've got to buy Suzanne her birthday present, you think that birthday presents are a bad idea.
He's
Got a
on to
Suzanne's
something,
birthday,
Ricky's.
gave her the card present. She was well happy with her posh badge. She wore it to work. It's quite nice. Quite nice to hear a moment where she was actually happy for once in your
Right.
company. When you get someone a present, you should buy them something they wouldn't buy themselves. Daft rule. I want something I would buy myself if I had the money. When I was young, me Auntie Nora got me a present I wouldn't buy myself. It was a T-shirt with her face on.
You guys are so guilty of that. Y'all keep buying me clothing items with y'all's faces on it. It's like,
He has a lovely pair of socks with all the children's face on it.
yeah, You're just dying laughing at the end. Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
goodness.
just a little stupid thing that I was thinking of when he was talking about the twins, and the guy went from dating one twin and then going to the other. Sometimes you only have an affair with the people that you're surrounded with. So it's not like he sought out the twin. He's always around her. They probably have family barbecues together. They hang out on the regular, you know
Yeah,
what
but
I
like
mean?
you
But
and
like,
your twin, you and your twin are very different personality types. You're not identical twins, but
Uh-huh.
you still do look alike, but you very different personality types.
right.
So it's like
But when you're looking at the
I
graphs-
looked out and started dating the one that I had a compatible personality type
Right.
with. But like I've told you the story. I dated these sisters one time. I started dating the one. They weren't twins, but they were like
They were
as close in age
age.
as you can get.
Yeah.
Without being twins.
He broke
But I
up
was
a
dating
family,
the
you
one,
guys.
and I really liked the other one though. So I like straight up told her one night. I think she even asked me on the phone, like, "Do you like my sister?" Because I probably made it very clear when we were all around each other, and I was like, "Yeah, I do." And so yeah, we broke up, and I started dating her sister, and it was so weird. That relationship was never gonna work. You cannot do that. That is like a no. So yeah, luckily I learned that lesson before I met Jess.
Yeah, he
But
did.
luckily, I didn't need to learn that lesson because it's just I'm attracted to you.
Yeah.
Your personality.
But that's
your
different.
looks,
You're a
everything
different
like
kind of
that.
man. If you're out there looking for that though, and your mind is not set on that person, and you don't have that kind of feeling of being loyal to that person, then you're gonna stray, and then
Or
you're gonna find
they ended up in a
certain things.
situation like I was in, but they never had that conversation. Like, yeah, I actually am more attracted to your sister than you.
Yeah.
I don't know how we ended up like this. Instead, they ended up getting married, and down the road, they acted upon that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Even more messed up of a situation. But anyway, I was just thinking that. I was like, I was like, I don't know.
I'm more thinking about like we would live longer if we didn't.
If we didn't have our
if we didn't
birthdays,
celebrate them.
if we didn't have mile markers.
We would also have like we wouldn't live longer. We would just be older by number if we just started celebrating more birthdays. You know,
You don't think that would make
every
us
half a year, let's get older.
so celebrate the half years? You're
I'll
saying
be the first human to be 200.
Oh, you're saying like we get a
I had to
whole
live
year
100
older every
first,
half
though.
year. No, that'd be
Yeah.
horrible.
And why don't we start setting dates? So like I was born on September 11th. Whoever's born on September 11th, they automatically let you know, like, boom, this is your half year birthday. And like every birthday has a half year birthday. And then we could even go quarter year birthday. If you're born on September 11th, here's your half birthday, here's your quarter birthday. And boom, we could just age real quick.
That's the opposite of what he wanted to do. He didn't want you to feel like you're getting old.
Man, my idea is way better though.
Let us know what you think. Is he right or is Carl right? They got something
Celebrate
going on.
all
Like,
the time.
should
wanna
we
start
celebrate
celebrating
quarterly birthdays?
Quarterly and half birthdays. We should bring that back because kids do it.
Yeah.
And what they had, like a lot of
Babies do
ideas
it, really.
that kids have to make you feel young. It's good ideas. Okay, so
True,
I think we
something
should try
going
it.
on to that.
Yep, we
Birthdays
should
do
start
make you happier.
a small sample size being us, and we should do it, and we'll tell you how we feel in a little bit after doing it.
We'll have to look up the proper dates to see when our quarterly birthdays would be. So.
Yep. Everybody do it. All right, it's decided. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
Peace.
I'm not scared of your love, so show me it. Let